Ibrahim Al-Shaweesh can manage a smile, but not much else. Frail and unsteady, this teacher spent 14 months in Israeli detention. He's on his way to a hospital in northern Gaza. Mr. Al-Shaweesh was freed last weekend, part of the hostage-prisoner swap. His physical appearance is not unlike that of the 3 Israelis released by Hamas at the same time. Gaunt and emaciated, the abuse and cruelty that they had been subjected to was obvious. Mr. Al-Shaweesh needs surgery to remove foreign objects like fragments of glass that he says embedded in his legs when he was dragged over a floor strewn with broken shards. Because I was made to walk barefoot everywhere, many foreign objects entered my body and are infecting and poisoning me, he said. A native of Bet Hanun, he was one of more than 100 Gazans rounded up by the IDF in early December 2023. This is what he looked like back then. During his detention, he never got to see his own reflection. When I was released, my brothers and nephews were waiting for me. They were staring at me and crying. I asked them, "Is something wrong? Is something wrong with my face?" They said no. Then in the end, my nephew told me to have a look at myself. We asked the Israeli prison service about his case, and they said they were not aware of the claims described, and that as far as they knew, no such events had occurred when they were responsible for him. Under the ceasefire agreement, 656 Palestinian prisoners have been released so far. But one man still in detention is a doctor who was last seen in public in late December, walking out of the remnants of his hospital and into an Israeli armoured vehicle. Dr. Hussam Abu Safia got to see a lawyer for the first time this week and described beatings, electric shock treatment, and being held in solitary for 25 days. The IDF says the doctor is suspected of involvement in terrorism and of holding a rank in Hamas. We put those claims to his wife, who remains in Gaza.
That's not true. He's a doctor who studied medicine. He passed the Palestinian board and did his master's. He's a pediatrician and premature birth specialist. All his life, he worked helping children. During the Gaza war, he only gave medical assistance to patients and the injured, and he has nothing to do with terrorism.
Last October, the doctor's son was killed in an Israeli strike on the hospital. Since his arrest, his mother has died from a heart attack. Dr. Abu Safia has lost much more than his liberty. John Irvine, ITV News, Tel Aviv.